Hey, what's up? I have a quick question. Keep your attention. Is there a crime now with liking the opposite sex? Is there something wrong with in the opposite sex? Is that a crime? Like, really? Is it a crime for me to want to be with a man or for a man to want to be with a woman? That's the question today. So, the title of this is Lil Nas X. Um, I'm sorry, that was the title of the last one I was going to make. The title is why is there an attack on same sex relationships? I'm sorry, not same sex relationships, on opposite sex relationships. Why does it seem like it is a crime to want to be with the opposite sex? It almost feels like that. The thing in the media that I want to highlight is the situation with Little Nas X and Little Boosie's reaction. Okay. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, and I want to keep this video short because I understand attention span, and I'm learning how to make my videos on here. So, look, let's start with saying this. Okay. So, because the media and those that back it um, have made you feel like it's a crime to talk against same-sex marriage. It's pushed it to where it's almost like a bad thing to want to be normal, which is opposite sex, the way that God designed it. They are actually trying to ruin, if you pay attention, what's going on. This is not about hate speech at all. This has to do with trying to ruin God's design. Period. Period. It's about ruining God's design because you need a male and a female to make a child. Now, what they did was do mockery. I'm going to say this. I have nothing against Little Nas X in particular. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Little Nas X no longer owns Little Nas X. He doesn't own himself. Pay attention. He was just crying weeks before about him having to go to court. Then all of a sudden, something came out, right? Something happened, and now all of a sudden, they're showing him looking like he's pregnant. That is the symbolism of trying to get rid of the woman or the female. There's been a lot of talk in the media in the entertainment industry about men being with men and some of the top names being with other men. So the bottom line is they're trying to erase the woman out of the picture. And we have to go spiritually with this and go higher up. They're trying to erase the divine feminine out of the picture. The woman, mama. They're trying to erase God out the picture. Did you hear what I said? They're trying to erase God out the picture, period. God's design, God's plan out of the picture. Somebody's trying to keep power longer than they have. It's deeper than that. I'm just trying to stay on the surface so I don't lose you. And I'm going to try to make this video very, very short. This has to do with men just loving on men. It's been going on since Egyptology. No, I didn't say anything hateful. This isn't hate speech. This is the truth. They're trying to get rid of the woman. This is the reason why you have the transgenders turning into women. This is the bigger picture, right? So now, and then that takes away the need for a woman, the validity of the woman. Then you have him acting like he's pregnant, right? Showing that a man can have a baby, right? Um, you have men like Little Boosie that's still trying to fight for the family, and people may have went against him because he's trying to fight for the righteous thing, the male and female family. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. If you think something's wrong with that, you're crazy. A woman can't do everything by herself, and a man can't do everything by himself. It says in the Word of God that we need each other. Period. Okay? Yeah, we know about masculine and feminine sides of the body. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about as a design. You have some that are you when we incarnate into this human flesh. We have uh, some that are made into women and some that are made into men, because you have a life purpose as that sex in this lifetime. I'm saying it again, you have a life purpose in this lifetime as that sex, meaning male or female. So how dare you go and try to change that? Um, Women, you are beautiful. Women, you're beautiful. I just had because I can get off the sidetrack and I want to stay very on point. Women are beautiful, but right now society has made it very hard for the male and the female to get along and interact as they're supposed to. And that is the truth. Society has made it very hard with the materialism, with social media, um, with materialism, social media, and the digital age where everything is so fake. You understand? Everything is like so fake. And I'm not necessarily blaming anyone in particular. I'm not blaming anyone in particular. But back in the days when Aaliyah was out, and back in the days when, Jada was doing her thing, tough, and um, and Mary J. Blige was out, tough in her prime, and all those wonderful artists before. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I gotta say this truth. Before the Beyonce era, and I'm not saying it as a hater, I'm just being for real. Back in the day, you understand, when Queen Latifah was doing her thing, and Lil Kim was out. Lil Kim was out. She wasn't really with the face. She was more natural back then too. Um, Before they put on the ones that were setting standards, before they put all these standards on people to say what was beautiful and what was not. Because last time I checked, God made you beautiful. Okay. This, what I'm about to say about women, applies to all races. Because when I was in Vegas having a conversation with a gentleman, he was telling me about his woman and the stuff they were going to, and it's the same across the board. Social media has made everybody fake. It has made the woman over independent. Okay, over independent. The woman doesn't necessarily always want to be that independent, but it has made it to where she's so independent that, because, and like I said, it's from my personal experience. Some of our stories are different, right? Some of us had to be that independent because we didn't have no one to have our backs, and we got children, and we got things we got to do. We got to make sure that they're okay. I get that, but it has made it to where we want to outshine the men, and really, we can all shine together. I don't feel like nobody's supposed to be outshining anyone. We're all supposed to shine because we all are supposed to have some light within us. So the woman doesn't have to outshine the man, and the man don't have to outshine the woman. What can we all be great together? I feel like we should all be great together. Our flies should match each other's. You understand? Um, but I believe that materialism and all of that, and the fake era where everything is fake. I mean, women nowadays, it's the truth, not calling anybody out, no one, no celebrities or anything. I'm just being real because regular women are doing this as well, meaning they're not in the industry at all. But everything should not have to be. You're beautiful before you get plastic surgery. It's the gym. That's why they still sell gym equipment. Because I'm gonna tell you that plastic surgery is not gonna help you when it comes to a heart attack. You understand? Or cancer. You can get all the plastic surgery you want, but if you're not healthy in the inside, what does it matter? So, anyways, we have to come from out of that fake, everything fake. My hair is not real though. I'm gonna tell you that. That is the only thing on me that's not real. And I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not saying nothing about nobody. I'm just saying that um, we need to love ourselves a little bit more, be more natural. I haven't got comfortable wearing an afro yet. I'm just being real. I'm just to put myself out there. So it, this materialism and all of this has made it hard for the dynamics of the family to work. Period. 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 It's made it hard for the family dynamic to work. So we have to find a way to get out of that. And self love is going to be the first way to do it. We got to love ourselves a little bit more, a whole lot more, and understand that it doesn't matter where you reach financially. That doesn't mean anything. I'm living, thriving proof of that. That you can have all the money in the world, and that's not going to change how you feel inside. It's not going to mean that you're greater than the next person because you have more money. I'm telling you, that's the truth. I'm about to end it right now because I don't want this video too long. But the reason why, hoping that I at least touched on it, going back to the beginning just to make sure I didn't lose anybody. Um, it's been going on since back in the days. They're trying to erase the woman out the picture. That's why there's an attack on the relationships. It's because they want it to be. You notice that you don't really see that with gay women like that. The image is not pushed as hard with women as it is with the men, and it's also a control issue, trying to keep you out of heaven. Honestly, trying to lock you out of heaven, and it's a control thing. They don't want the DNA to spread. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't. I hope you have a good one today. No, again, no hate speech. Just again saying that there's nothing wrong with God's design of a family. You have a good one.